So look, y'all, look. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am looking at my favorite movie, The Green Mile. I swear for goodness that if it wasn't for the hard parts in this movie would be so friggin' funny. You hear me? Right now, they frying up the French dude. And you remember the one, Billy the Kid? Oh my gosh, she like barbecue, Fred and Pooh, something like that. But anyway, it's very funny. You know, not the killing part, but the part where they frying his ass up, and Billy the Kid's like smells like chicken. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please remember to hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Call Her Miss Ross, the unauthorized biography of Diana Ross. Y'all, look, can y'all tell that I didn't have my nighttime medicine and it didn't kicked in already? Yeah, because I didn't have it didn't kicked in, but let's see how it's going to work, okay? So anyway, remember where we left off, right? They over there in somewhere. Where did they? Did they go to Europe or Rome or wherever, Italia, Italy, or whatever place they over there, you know, taping the Mahogany, right? And the director, what's his name? Tony Davidson. Tony Davidson is now trying to get in Diana Ross' head and say, you know that little dude, Ron Cohen? The other dude that you got around here? Oh, Rob Cohen, not Ron Cohen, right? He ain't nothing. He don't know how to take care of anything, you know? And Barry had just got the word that the dude, Tony Davidson, is trying to, or is it Richardson? Who the fuck is Tony Davidson? Anyway, Tony Richardson, the director dude, is trying to get in Diana's ear and make her turn against the dude, Rob Cohen. Well, what did you say to Diana? Rob wanted to know. I told her that you and me and she are family, Barry said. We are a team. We're Motown. He's the outsider, and that she should remember that families is what's important. Cohen was grateful for Barry's support. Later, he found out that Diana went to Tony Richardson the same day and asked him point blank, if Rob is so goddamn stupid, then why'd he pick you? Good point, Diana. Tony Richardson was careful about what he said to Diana Ross from that point on. She obviously been trained by Barry Gordy to do exactly what he said. There were some deep insecurities there, Richardson said of Diana Ross. Barry always said of her, oh, Diana isn't a personality, she's a product. That was his favorite line about her, and though it was unkind, there was probably an element of truth to it. Mm-hmm. On November 12, 1974, shooting for Mahogany began in Chicago in a tough neighborhood at 51st Street and Ellis Avenue. A few months earlier, Gordy and Cohen had selected a rundown tenement apartment there to be Tracy Chambers' home. Child, why am I bringing up that mother? Why am I bringing up Tracy Chapman? Girl, I don't even know what she is doing right now. Is she lesbian yet? Has she came out yet as a lesbian? Has she, y'all? Because I don't know who she thought she was fooling with that voice. You know, because I don't know what happens to, like, women once they start, you know, sucking on other women. It just be something about their voice. I don't know. But anyway, child, okay. But when the Motown Coalition arrived, they discovered that the owner of the complex had been so excited about having a Diana Ross movie filmed there that he made drastic renovations. It looked like a goddamn Beverly Hills mansion in the middle of the ghetto, John Bynum said. The art decor had to go back and mess it all up, sandblasting the paint off the front of it, smashing the windows, and trying to make it look like a ghetto again. We laughed a lot over that. It was one of the only light moments we had in Chicago. The atmosphere on the set of Mahogany was tense. I thought there was quite a lot of drugs there. Ooh, get this tea, y'all. Get this tea. Please come get this tea. The atmosphere on set of Mahogany was tense. I thought there was quite a lot of drugs in there, Tony Richardson recalled. Barry was still in Los Angeles at first. He came in during the second week, and he refused to believe that this was going on. One of Diana's co-stars was certainly on the stuff. At the time, hold on, let me read this again, y'all. One of Diana's co-stars was certainly on the stuff at the time, and as a result, his timing was off. Who the fuck is he talking about? What co-star? What co-star is he talking about? Is he talking about that Tony Perkins? What's his name? Y'all, my bad. The medicine is taking over. What's the Norman Bates man name? Is he talking about him? Hold on. Naturally, he would throw off the people because his timing was off. Hold on. Naturally, he would throw off the people who were not on drugs. Diana, who was never on anything, didn't realize how strongly this co-star was on the stuff. You say, what, nigga? Who is they talking about, girl? Who is they talking about? Who do y'all think was on the stuff that was a co-star? I'm like, a co-star? I don't remember nobody else in the movie but Billy D, Dinah Ross, and Tony Perkins. Is it Perkinson? Who is the dude, y'all? Norman Bates. Fuck it. Too many, it seemed, that Tony Richardson could not relate to black people. My bad, let me say it again. To many, it seemed that Tony Richardson could not relate to black people. In a story conference with Billy D. Williams, Tony discussed the scene in which Williams was trying to drum up votes from women and older people. Tony said, get very passionate and excited and say a few swear words. You know how you people do. Swear. Billy D. became incensed by the racist implications of Tony's statement. What do you mean, you people? He snapped. I wouldn't swear in front of a woman, and especially not in front of old people. You know, child, if you don't learn anything, if you was raised by your grandmammy, which I was, okay, like I told you, all my aunts and my mammy had us early. Okay, we was in our teens, you know, damn well if you got a mother, you know, that, child, anyway. But I don't even remember where I was going with that story. But at any rate, you know, that's one thing that we learn as children growing up black. You do not swear or cuss or just watch what you say around women and old folks. And if you don't, you know, get loose, if you get loose with the lips, with the women, you better never say anything off the chain about around the old people. I know that much. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Burry observed this confrontation, but didn't say anything. He was eyeballing the whole thing and taking mental notes, said Rob Cohen. Tony Richardson thought black people were these charming little imps. He was looking at blacks with what I personally perceived as a racist perspective, that Diana, Billy, Barry, and the rest were charming little children. Diana didn't see this, though. I think she was just glad to be taking directions from someone who wasn't Berry Gordy. Gordy and Richardson clashed in practically every day of the shooting, much to Diana's. Gordy and Richardson clashed practically every day of the shooting, much to Diana's dismay. I can't act with all this tension, she complained. Barry, why don't you just go back to Los Angeles, please? Get the hell on my face. But no, child, he can't let you out his sight, child, then somebody else might fuck you. As time went on, Barry started to feel that the storyline was weak. He was beginning to sense that perhaps Mahogany hadn't been such a good idea and Diana wasn't an actress enough to pull it off. Oof, that's a jab at you, Diana, Miss Ross the boss. Excuse me. The young man behind the wheel. Hold on. Oh, girl. So look, right? That damn Tony Richardson, man, did he need to write a book? Did he write a book about Mahogany? Because he is just blasting Motown right now, okay? So anyway, one day, Barry, and the rest of the Motown crew was outside on lunch break or something, right? And somebody was trying to roll over Berry Gordy. That's funny to me. He walking across the street or somewhere, and a damn car roll up and almost knock his ass clear across the street. Barry had his goons to look at the tag of the car, and the next minute, the man who tried to run him over came up missing, child. Came up missing. Berry Gordy accused Tony Richardson of oh, no. What happened was Berry Gordy found out who it was, right? And then all of a sudden the man disappeared. He couldn't find him at all, right? Berry Gordy accused the man of Berry Gordy accused Tony Richardson of going to find the man and telling him that Berry Gordy goons was getting ready to find him. Tony Richardson was like, I don't even know that nigga. How you gonna accuse me of telling a man that almost ran you over that you get ready to send goons after him? It's like, man, that ain't even me. That ain't my style. Yes, it is with your snitching bitch ass. The final disagreement between Berry Gordy and Tony Richardson came over a simple matter of casting a bit player. In the disputed scene, Diana was to be pursued by a maniac to show her character's spunk, but Barry wanted her to confront the hood and offer him a piece of ass in order to intimidate him as a scare-off. Okay, I'm like, huh? Why would she offer him some ass? But then, if some dude walk up on you, then all of a sudden you be like, you want some of this, and scratching it and everything else and your butt and, waving your hand and it smell like shit. So that would kind of scare the dude off. Richardson was appalled by the whole idea of Diana offering herself to this thug. No matter what the reasoning, Barry found an actor to play the maniac and had been coaching him on the scene. Meanwhile, Tony found another actor. Finally, the two of them disagreed on who should do the scene, and according to Tony, he blew up and refused to give in. It was as if I was saying, hey, look, I know black maniacs a lot better than you do. I knew he was using this as an excuse for an altercation. Finally, I said, Barry, you should just fire me. You really want to direct this movie. You got the money, so do it. The only person I felt sorry for was Diana, who I knew was very sad that I was going. I felt sorry for. The only person I felt sorry for was Diana, who I knew was very sad that I was going and that Barry wasn't. No one is certain where Berry Gordy got the idea of directing the film, but friends say that this was then fiance, a beautiful blonde woman named Nancy Leviska, encouraged him. Is that Tu Wong Fu's mammy? Is that his mammy? I don't even know. So in front of your wife, you're gonna be controlling over another woman? That's nuts to me, y'all. That is nuts. Diana wasn't happy about his change. Oh wait. So Barry was in and Tony Richardson was out. He reportedly received a cushy termination settlement of over $200,000 and now says that he's never even seen the completed version of Mahogany. Diana wasn't happy about this change at all, Rob Cohen said. She enjoyed Tony Richardson. He's brilliant, well-traveled, well-read, articulate, and extremely witty. She loved having this Academy Award-winning director to work with, and now she was faced with having Barry on her back again, telling her what to do, criticizing her. Theirs was an old relationship by this time. And that's why I'm saying, why is the fiance there? You know, the fiance ain't saying, wait a minute, what's going on between y'all two? Y'all still, bumping pocketbooks? Tony Richardson's British crew stayed on with Barry. They all called Barry the governor. On the first day of shooting with Barry Gordy as director, exterior scenes were to be filmed. It was snowing and freezing cold. Diana, wearing a Maximilian sable coat, watched Barry suspiciously as he prepared Billy D for the scene. Okay, let's get started. Barry ordered the cast and crew. No one budged. I said, come on, let's do it, Barry shouted. Again, everybody ignored him. Finally, the assistant director leaned over to Barry and said, Governor, you gotta say action. Barry nodded his head and smiled. Action. It was quickly apparent that with Barry Gordy as director, the atmosphere on the set had become much more comfortable. He may not have had experience, but he did have a winning personality, charisma, instinct, and which is how he may not have had experience, but he did have a winning personality, charisma, and instinct, which is how he'd gotten that far in the first place. To explain what had happened with Tony Richardson, Barry's press people told the media that Richardson didn't understand the black experience. Utter bullshit, Tony Richardson claimed. Mahogany was certainly not a black perspective. It wasn't a black subject, he said. I'm doing this. Backtrack, y'all. Diana didn't quite see it that way. She thought that Barry once again found a way to control her. Yeah, he did. In January 1975, sad news about Florence Ballard made headlines across the country. Ex-Supreme broke and living on welfare. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share the Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. The same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves. Have a good one.